All right, everybody. Welcome to some math in my kitchen. But first, what's about 1.57 and tastes delicious? That's right, half a pie. Okay, so I want us together to find the area of a composite figure, and to do that, you're going to need to find something in your house that's made up of several different kinds of shapes. One of those shapes has to be a circle. So I was looking around and I saw this beautiful table. I noticed that it has two circular edges, and so this fits the bill perfectly. So I'm gonna go through finding the area of this, doing some measurement, doing all that good stuff, and then you're gonna have a chance to do it yourself. So first things first, I drew a very beautiful picture of this table. You can see how beautiful it is. Once I draw that picture though, I realize I need to break it down because I don't know the formula for the area of this oval rectangle majig thing. So I'm going to break this down into figures that I know, and you probably already see the figures. So I see first a rectangle. So this is a rectangle, and I know the area for this is going to be base times height. I also see two half circles. So I'm just going to label that 1/2 of a circle here, which is cool because if I just had to find this, I would find only 1/2 of the circle. But since I've got two half circles, that means I can just find the area of this whole circle. Because if I took out this rectangle, it would be one whole circle together. All right, so now that I've got my figure all nice and drawn, I'm gonna do some measurements. Now to do this, it's great if you have one of these guys at home. So if you've got some measuring tape, that's really awesome. But if you only have like a ruler or a yardstick, that's fine too. You just will have to like measure, mark where your ruler ends, and then measure again, and then add everything all up together. Okay, so I'm thinking about what dimensions, what lengths I need to measure. The first and most obvious length that I need to measure is I need to measure this, which now I'm remembering it makes a D, so it's the diameter. So I'm gonna measure across here. You are welcome to use whatever units you like. My measuring tape is only in feet and inches, so I'm gonna go ahead and use inches. But if this had centimeters, I would definitely use that because I think millimeters, centimeters, is much easier to use. Okay, so this is 36 inches or 3 feet. So I'm gonna put that on my drawing, 36 inches, that's the diameter, okay? I'm going to measure this length, which is the bottom part of my rectangle, and it is exactly 16 inches. So my drawing is not to scale here because this is much longer than this. And now what's cool is I measured the diameter of the circle, but that's also the height of the rectangle, so I'm good here. And now there's one more thing I need to find the area of a circle, the radius. But you hopefully remember that the radius is just 1/2 of the diameter. So 36 divided by 2, that's going to be 18 inches. Okay, great. So I think I've got everything that I need. I'm going to go ahead and find the area of this figure. And one thing that's really important here on your paper and in your workspace is to organize your space, because you got to still show your line-by-line algebra. So first, I know I'm going to have to find the area of a rectangle. And I know I'm gonna have to find the area of a circle. Now maybe in your figure that's a half circle or a quarter circle or something like that, in which case I would label that right here. Okay, so the area of a rectangle, the formula is area is equal to base times height. And the base is 16, and the height is 36. And for this work, it is totally fine for you to use a calculator. Although if you feel like doing some multiplication, you're welcome to do that too. So that's going to be 576 inches squared because it's area. Okay, so that's the area of the rectangle. Now for the circle, be super careful. Remember that the area is pi r to the second power. So you need to use the radius of 18, not the diameter. I'm going to substitute in values. And I'm going to wait to substitute in this pi until I've done everything. So the area is equal to pi times 18 to the second power. I really don't feel like doing 18 to the second power, so I'm going to use a calculator. 18 to the second power is 324. And now if I told you to put your answer in pi, you could leave it like that and just combine it with this, but we want to get a real answer that is usable. So I'm going to measure that. I'm going to approximate that by multiplying by approximately 3.14, which is the measure of pi. And so that's 1,017 and 36 hundredths inches squared. Okay, now I'm not done, because the last thing I need to do is I need to combine these two figures. So total area is going to be 576, that's the rectangle, plus 1,017.36. That's my 2 halves of a circle, which is 1,593 and 36 hundredths inches squared. All right, so I have the area of this figure, which is awesome. I could use that area to find how much paint I need to cover it all. I could use that area to like find out how much fabric for a tablecloth, all kinds of cool uses. So the other thing you're gonna have to do is find the perimeter. To find the perimeter of this, I'm not gonna walk you through it, but I'm happy to answer questions if you have any. To find the perimeter, you would find the lengths. Well, you already know these two lengths. You just need to find the circumference of this circle using the circumference formula, and then add that to these two lengths. Remember, the perimeter is the distance around the outside, so you're not going to include any of these parts that we drew in here. Okay, happy area finding.